Welcome. I've been wanting to record this class for a very long time, a complete walkthrough of HighLevel from start to finish, every single button module. If you've heard about HighLevel but never seen the full picture, you're going to leave today with the entire map. So let's go. Let me put my face a bit smaller here so you can see what we will do today. Before we start, if you're currently paying for Kajabi, for ActiveCampaign, for Lovable, for Calendly, Webflow, Typeform, Skool, Buffer, ConvertKit, ManyChat, DocuSign, all of these separately, you're stacking somewhere between 200 to 500 a month in software, where HighLevel replaces all of it. And that's what this class is all about today. HighLevel has more than 15 modules. Instead of going one by one through the sidebar menu, I want to go follow a real path of a customer, how they find you, how they book with you, how you will sell, how you will automate your business, how you educate, and finally, how everything scales. 9 modules, one platform only, okay? Why should you stay till the end? Well, currently they're offering a 50% off for the first 3 months. This is the summer promo, and you can scan the QR code on screen whenever you want. I will reveal some bonuses besides this offer at the end, and I'll share that free implementation bonus that you will get if you use an annual plan while you scan the QR code or use the link below in the description to sign up through my affiliate link. It's worth hearing before you decide what you will do today. We start everything with our clients. The client's communication, that conversations that you can't miss, how a client reaches you and how you respond to their communication. So the first thing we have is a single inbox. HighLevel has a single inbox where everything lands. If you communicate with your clients through WhatsApp, through email, through Facebook, through Instagram, a DM, maybe Google Business Reviews or chat, Google Reviews, TikTok, your website's live chat, SMS marketing, phone calls, it's all in one place. You will filter by channel. You will be able to assign conversations to some team members, add tags, leave internal notes, and nothing falls through your cracks. So let's see an example right now on screen. And this is my own universal inbox. You would go to the conversations side, and inside the conversations, you can see all the incoming messages I've received through email, through Google reviews, through SMS, through WhatsApp, through Instagram. So it depends on where the client is messaging you through, but you will be able to see everything here. Be able to filter based on who's assigned, who's following, who's mentioned. The last message channel, this one is very important when you're checking out or filtering through a channel specifically, okay? You can see tags that these customers have. You can see their full activity inside your website, your custom objects or associations. We will talk about this further on. Your opportunities. Every conversation is an opportunity to make money. You can see tasks. You assign your team from there, some notes, appointments, documents, payments, and your agent's log. Whatever this user talked with your bots, with any AI agent you have, you will see a full summary or log right there, okay? So that's the universal inbox. If a client who writes via WhatsApp today and comes back via Instagram tomorrow, you'll have one same contact, the same history, one thread, unless 2 clients were created and then you're able to merge them, okay? So personally, I have my own SaaS. It's called SoluSync app. And this example is in my SaaS where you see my single inbox where everything is standing there. And you can see that we know when someone has written and has not received a reply. So you have to make sure your team is checking these warnings so they can reply as fast as they can, okay? And that's in basically the full inbox all in one place, filterable by channel, assigned user status, and tag. Every client is tied to your CRM. Nothing gets lost, okay? So you saw that we have WhatsApp, and there's 2 ways to connect WhatsApp inside the system. There's WhatsApp API, the official API, It's Meta Business Verified, so it requires Meta to verify your business. You will have a dedicated phone number and a template approval for every single broadcast you send or message to any client. In return, you will have interactive messages with buttons, lists, flows, carousels, and mass messaging at scale. One rule that I would apply in any of the instances is never blast people. Sending the same message to too many people puts you at a risk of a permanent ban. The QR code, for example, you can get banned and then you have like 72 hours to recover if you get flagged. I'll share more about it right now. And with the API, it depends on where is the warming of your phone number. So you can lose a number, and I'll share the experience because this happened to me. So those are the two ways to connect. The WhatsApp QR is when you, just like on your WhatsApp web, you scan a QR code, you need no verification, no template flow. So money-wise, it's less expensive, right? So in Solution app, my own SaaS, you have this opportunity of using WhatsApp QR, and I'm going to show you both right now. For example, if I go inside settings and WhatsApp, you'll see here that I have the number I purchased inside the system to use WhatsApp. So I verified this one, and I can see all the templates I've created. So I can actually message my contacts. What's the issue with WhatsApp app API? Basically, there's a 24-hour time limit where you can talk to a customer. If the customer hasn't spoken to you in the last 24 hours, you have to send them a template, and it has a cost, right? But if they have messaged you first, then yes, you will be able to actually write without paying more to Meta. Otherwise, you have to build templates that they approve. You can see here that I have some active ones, but I also have some rejected ones. And if they reject them, I'm not able to send this template to my customer. Okay? So you can see also that inside, when you click on manage, you will see on what's the limit that you have currently for messaging your contacts. In my case, for example, my local office number, when I added to the system, I started sending a confirmation message for a webinar in a template to all the people that registered. And what happened? I had no idea about this limits. When you click manage and you see your limits, I had no idea. And that day I had 2,100 registrants. So what happened? That was when I sent this template to more than 2,000 persons in one full week, WhatsApp banned my number. No warning, and there's no way for me to recover this. So now I'm not able to use in WhatsApp Business my local office phone number. Okay, that's why I'm warning you so this doesn't happen to you. The other way is WhatsApp QR or WhatsApp with no API. It's a way that if you talk to me directly, then I'll be able to show you more. And it's available inside our SaaS. You don't have to pay Meta directly for this one, and you scan your QR code only. However, it's very important that you can see, for example, here, I have a client who's using it for 10 different numbers, because imagine all these numbers. She just told me, hey, I have no control if my salesperson is actually replying to clients. Now she has an all-in-one inbox where she can see everyone who's talking with a client, through which number they arrived, from which store, and even in AI bots or AI agents that actually ask the right questions at the right time to these customers, right? So you can see there are 10 different numbers here, and that's WhatsApp QR. What did I tell the clients? You cannot spam clients. You cannot broadcast too many clients at the same time. Otherwise, they will ban your number. Okay? So that's the difference between the two types of WhatsApp, two ways to connect. WhatsApp QR or WhatsApp API. At Solution, we do at 20 for the first number and then 8 for each additional number. As of today, that can change, right? You scan your QR code. You don't need the Meta verification. Obviously, it's not Meta Business Verified, so you have to be careful of not doing spam. It replaces SMS inside, so you can get SMS as well. But then when you're chatting, instead of sending a WhatsApp, you're sending an SMS. Okay, and then you have the WhatsApp API official which does require the meta verification. It's best for scale and for mass messaging with approved templates first. Okay? So, golden rule, never blast your clients. Now, let's talk about one of my favorite features inside HighLevel. It's Conversation AI. It's an AI agent or bot that responds for you on WhatsApp, on Instagram, on Facebook Messenger, SMS, live chats. You give it your own personality. It can access your calendars. It can ask the questions for your forms and your full CRM. It qualifies your leads. It can book appointments and answer frequent asked questions around the clock. So, when we go inside our AI agents, you have different type of agents, but I want to show you first an example of a conversation where this is a footwear brand with an affiliate program. When someone writes, I want to become an affiliate, usually, let me show you on their website. My team built this website inside HighLevel, and there's a form to join their affiliate program, right? So here you can see there's a form, right? But what does the agent do? Instead of people filling in this form, when they're interested in being affiliated, the AI agent that we created for them starts asking all the right questions and saves all the responses inside the CRM. For example, this is an example of one of the clients, and you can see that eventually during the conversation, she said, I want to become a member. And the agent transferred to our affiliate agent, okay? And what did this new AI agent do? It started asking the right questions. So, what's your ID? What's your birth date? Where are you from? Etc. Every single question it asked, it saved it inside the CRM. So instead of the person going directly to the website and filling a form, what the AI agent did was ask the right questions at the right time so they could capture this lead instead of losing it. Okay. If I go back to AI agents and Conversation AI, you will be able to see these two agents. I'm going to click on agent list, and I have here two different agents for this company. A general attention agent that asks any questions or replies to what's the schedule for this business, for example. Let me show you. Okay, it's not, it doesn't translate this part for you to see. It's in Spanish, but now, as of now, what this virtual assistant does is reply to what the schedule, the timing, how to purchase, how to get affiliated. But we have a separate AI agent that when someone wants to join the affiliate program, it has specific goals to make this happen. For example, I'm going to open here and you will be able to see that when my first bot transferred, what does this one do? Present the affiliate program, detect interest. If the person confirms they're interested, then it will capture their name, their last name, their ID, birth date, address, email, where they live, and depending on where they live, then it will tag them and send the information to the right team member to be able to follow up on this client and continue the conversation if they want. You can see some people stop replying because it's the information not everyone wants to reply. But now if a team member joins and follows on this, then they will be able to convert this referral or affiliate inside the program. So as you can see, we have two different kind of bots. If I wanted to create a new bot, it used to be 3. Now this week I saw there's only prompt-based and flow-based. I don't see the guided form anymore, which I actually liked because it was very simple for forms. However, as you can see here, now we have only prompt-based and the flow-based builder. Basically, the prompt-based is where you're going to give it personality and specific instructions, and the flow-based is step-by-step rules. Idea when you need to collect structured data, as you saw, I have 2 here, the prompt-based one and the flow-based one. You saw the difference right now, where on the first one, I only had the full prompt that explains everything I need for this one to do, and I could actually set up some actions like book an appointment, trigger a workflow, add some contact info, stop the bots, human handover, or transfer it to the second bot. For example, you can see here, it transfers to the membership. When the person says, I want to become a member, I want to resell, that's when it transfers this bot to my affiliate bots, okay? But this one, since it's flow-based, you can see it's a complete different setup that we have inside. Okay. This one takes more time to build, but I love it. I mean, it's amazing to fill a full form that usually you have on your website, or specify any actions to contact your team, or to trigger a workflow, or fill in information of the contacts, basically. Okay. So that was a real example of a footwear brand with an affiliate program. Someone writes, I want to become a member. Then the bot starts the flow, basically. Okay. And remember, this conversation AI bot replies to all your channels. Okay. If you're using Instagram, SMS, Facebook Messenger, live chats on your website, it will do both. Okay. Most people don't know this exists, and this is amazing. Voice AI is a voice agent that answers in real time your phone calls. You buy a number inside the system, and you'll set up its personality and the objectives, right? So this agent can book appointments for you, can qualify your lead, can transfer the call to you if you want. When a client calls, it has a very natural sounding voice to answer in the language you set. It can qualify, as I mentioned, it can book if applicable, it can transfer to a human on request, and the full call is recorded. Okay, the full call is recorded, it's transcribed and synced to your CRM automatically. For any business that receives calls outside business hours, for example, clinics, shops, salons, this captures leads even when you're offline. I want to show you a quick example. So inside the system, you would go to settings and phone systems to purchase your phone number, right? So here I have my phone number, and these phone numbers, you need to, if you will be sending SMS, you need to be A2P verified. Otherwise, for calls, I don't think you need to. I'm not going to say you don't need to, just in case, right? But then you come in and you set all your full setup. When a call comes in, for example, who does the call go to? So now I have my voice AI agent, which I'll show you in a moment, and she takes all my calls. If the client or the lead asks to speak to a human, the call is transferred to me. Okay, so you can see here that first priority is my agent, then my team member, to my external phone number, for example. Okay, so there's a lot of advanced settings that you can use for this. If we go inside our AI bot, you would go in on your dashboard to AI agents. You'll see voice AI on top. Okay, and there's a full like marketplace of different agents that you can already choose from. So you can see inbound or outbound calls information. I usually don't do outbound with the agents on this sub account, but if I click on agent list, you can see I have two. I have my agent that supports right now my calls, and then I have a self demo agent to showcase clients how this works. So if you really want to try it on, I can give you a link so that you can try this self demo agent. But let's open the self demo agent so you see a bit how it works. You can see it has a row and personality. It collects the following information: the name, the business name, the phone number, their email address, and then it offers a demo. So the person on call will share what they're doing, how it works, and then my agent will basically be able to support on or showcase how it pretends to be your own business, basically. Okay, so you can see during the call it sends an SMS, it schedules an appointment with me, it makes sure it updates all the fields here, and we can even try this now. So I'm going to click on start the web call just for you to see how this works, but I'm not going to last too long on the trial since we are recording this and I don't want to make you lose your time. Okay. Hi, can you help me in English? Okay, so this one is in Spanish and it's not understanding that I want. Actually, let's see. Okay, I'm going to end this call because it's in Spanish and it's not understanding. I have to make sure it's able to translate the speech, but I didn't choose it before. So I'm going to try again so you can see. Let's see now that let me save this in English for you to see the demo agent. Okay, let's try again. Let's open the self demo and let's start the web call again. Okay. I don't know why there's no sound right now. Mm, okay, so it seems not to be working as of now. So I'll just add another recording further on so you can see how it works. Let's try my other AI agents. So you can see, even though this one is in Spanish, however, let's see if now the sound works. Eh, Hola Ana, ¿crees que me puedes ayudar en inglés? Not really. I need help in English. Okay. Okay, so basically, she's saying that she has to continue in Spanish because of the policy. So I have to check the full prompt because I want her to be able to work on the specific language the client wants because we attend both clients in English and Spanish. But I wanted for you to see that example. So that was an inbound call. I haven't tried the outbound yet, but you can also outbound calls, for example, for a real estate agent that you want people to, when they see a meta ad, and they add their information, you want to outbound that call immediately so that you can try to book a visit with them to the property or anything you want. Okay. You'll see you will have a log on every single call that you receive. So basically, that's voice AI inside the system. As we saw, this voice AI agents can answer real phone calls in real time. All right. And you will get a transcription for every single call. I will check if I have, let me show you very quickly here, one customer that recently called, and so that you can see the transcripts. So I'm going to find this contact inside, and you'll see that my voice AI agent took the call and then it let me know that he actually wanted to speak to me. So after the call, it was like a 4 or 5 minute call. I got the full transcript of what we talked together. Okay. So he called the business, my AI agent replied, and then transferred the call to me. And I have the full transcript of what we talked about. Okay. So beyond voice AI, you can buy local or toll free numbers in the United States, and there are some other countries, not Dominican Republic yet. For example, I live in the Dominican Republic, but there's numbers you can purchase from Colombia, Mexico, Chile. I have more Latam audience, I mean, Latin America. So that's why I focus on mentioning those countries. You can make and receive calls from the browser or the mobile app. And you can drop automatic voicemails to lines that don't answer. You can transfer the calls to the agents. You can record everything and generate automatic transcripts for quality review. Okay? So now, once you have a way to talk to people, you need somewhere to capture them and get them booked. And this is where sites and calendars and forms come in. Okay? There's two ways to build your websites inside HighLevel. There's a classic builder where you have total element by element control, kind of drag and drop. If you've used Elementor or the WordPress bakery page builder on WordPress, it looks like that. You have separate desktop and mobile versions. You have custom domains and SSL included, pop-ups, A/B testing, embeds, custom codes. You have everything, and we'll see it live now. But you also have the AI Studio. Basically, the AI Studio is vibe coding, where you build with a prompt. So you give HighLevel prompts to the AI Studio, or even a screenshot, or even a URL, and just tell it, please rebuild this website if you like it. And we'll build the full structure, and then you start changing your copy, your call to actions, your AI generated forms you have to connect to your CRM. So you edit and publish from nothing to a live site in under an hour. That's something I did in a live masterclass a week ago. And my recommendation, I usually use AI Studio for speed, but I then love to use that design and pass it to the classic builder so that I have total control of my builds and using all elements inside the platform. So let me show you how this looks. For example, for this brand, she sells kefir, and you can see the AI Studio. We built her full website in here. So I'm going to open it, and you can see this full website was built with prompts. So initially, I gave it a layout that I wanted to use, and after I had that layout, I started adding images one by one, depending on which ingredients I was looking for. So this full website, if we preview it, right now it's live. Let's go directly to her domain. And you can see it was completely built with AI Studio in less than an hour. And this is achievable for you also. If you become my HighLevel affiliate, I can give you my full GPT that I provided more than 65 people that attended my masterclass last week, where with only one prompt, they build their full websites on AI Studio. I gave them a GPT that actually has like the strategy you need behind this prompt to be able to get a good result from the AI Studio, like this one, okay? And then, for example, let me show you, what if we go back and actually see how the classic website builder works. Here I am inside Sites for a client who, she's a photographer, maternity photographer and baby photographer, and I built her websites in the classic builder last week. So I want to show you, for example, when you go into websites, the difference is in AI Studio, it's one prompt and you have one full page. You can ask it, please add a form, please add a landing page. But here inside websites, you have basically different pages inside your website. What's the biggest difference between a landing page or a website? A landing page has one goal only, versus your full website does have a menu that can distract and has different pages to send someone to. So when you come inside websites, you have multiple templates that you can use, and you can also build with AI. I love using AI. When I use the AI Studio, I then use that screenshots and bring it inside, and this AI, I'm like, please rebuild based on screenshots, okay? So now, when I'm inside, and I love all of this AI in HighLevel because I canceled Lovable after I had the AI Studio, okay? You can see here in Paola, you have every single page. Let's open it so you can see a bit of her website. So basically, she does only 4 types of sessions: maternity, newborn, sitter, and cake smash. That's when a baby turns 1. So all of this is built inside HighLevel. And if I would want her to change or customize her websites or my team, I just have to click on edit. And inside, you'll be able to add all the elements available, or it's very easy to change. You can talk with your AI. Look, I builds based on screenshot at some points, and then I updated my full SEO setup here with using a prompt. So that's how AI works inside. If you want to add any other elements, you have so many elements, checkouts, forms. I mean, it's all integrated with the system. This is what AI Studio doesn't allow at the moment, and where I still prefer a bit the classic builder. You can ask the AI Studio, please connect to a CRM, and it works, but it's not always perfect. And here you can, they're improving it. But for now, focus on the classic builder. As I'm mentioning, you can use it. So you have many different elements, and it's so easy because you have full sections, and then inside sections, you have rows or columns of content. If she wants to change this baby, for example, she just has to go to image, click, and change from her full media storage gallery, okay? Something new that HighLevel just added is you can actually upload from one URL, if it's not private, any image, and I really like that, okay? So that's how the classic builder basically works, okay? You have more elements that you can use to control the look and feel, and you can definitely check how it's going to be able to preview on the mobile version, okay? Let's talk about 3 distinct capture tools inside sites. First of all, we have forms, where forms are, if you want registrations, contacts, lead capture, you can use, for example, 2-step forms. You can ask the name, the phone number. If a person abandons, then at a step 2, you can have that lead inside your CRM and follow up. So for example, inside sites, you will see here form, surveys, and quizzes. These are the three that we're going to see. But I just remembered that you don't only have websites, you also have funnels. The difference with funnels is you have multiple steps and landing pages. And inside stores, you can add all your products. So I have here an example of a client that we built her website inside HighLevel, and she's already making money with her website. I'm going to show you. She sells intimate hygiene products, and you can see here the full store, and it was completely built in HighLevel. Okay, so back to forms, right? This English after school class, okay, we built their websites, and here when people try to register, we had a two-step form. So first they show interest here, and after they send this, they go to the original like full form. Okay, so I'm going to show you in the back end how this looks. Inside, if I'm already here inside forms, I can see that I have the first initial capture form that you guys just saw. Okay, this is the initial form that you saw, but we also have a full form that the customer or parents would fill in, and all this information is stored inside the CRM. The client also receives notifications every time someone fills this in. Why did we do a two-step form? If the person only fills this in and doesn't complete the full registration, then they will receive automatically, we built an automation where at least 45 minutes after they fill this one in, they receive a WhatsApp message to follow up with our team to see how we can help them and actually register the students into the school. Okay, so you can see all the forms, and you have so many elements that you can include inside a form. Then you also have surveys. Surveys are a multi-step with conditional branching, a very Typeform style in this case. So you saw that this form has too many questions. So for a different school, what we did so that it's less overwhelming for the user, we basically created different slides for each form. For example, this preschool admission application, you can see that we divided all the questions in different slides. So when we preview this, it will be easier, and it looks exactly like Typeform for the parent to actually fill this in. Okay, so that's basically the difference between the forms, surveys, and finally we have quizzes. I don't have right now an example of a quiz, but when you want to build a quiz, there are different templates that are already pre-built for you, and you can choose them from. Okay, so you have different here quizzes that you can choose from. The main difference with quizzes is that you can automatically qualify a lead by score. If it's a high score, you can do a direct sales conversation. If it's a very low score, then you can nurture a sequence. So it's basically forms, it's more of a lead capture, surveys for more slides or conditional branching, and then quizzes for scored evaluations. Okay, and I don't have right now an example for the quizzes, but you can definitely use it to use a nurture sequence. And now, last but not least, inside the sites section, let's see blogs. So you can include a full SEO blog, categories, multiple authors, keywords, meta tags, automatic sitemap, custom URLs, all connected to your existing domain. You don't need WordPress to build your blog. You don't need a separate hosting. Your SEO authority will build on your own domain, not a third-party site. So let me show you an example for the same photographer we saw before, where we recently started her building her own blog. And inside sites, you would go to blogs, and you can have multiple blogs created inside one sub-account of HighLevel. This one is basically her own blog. And then inside each blog, you can have multiple posts. We only have one draft that she's been working on here, but you can even use AI to build the content. So if we open this blog post, you'll be able to see that we used AI to try to build this because it was a live masterclass. So you can see it's not finished, but there's some images. We made sure there's bulleted list, headers to help SEO. But you can also, when you decide to publish, you will be able to define the SEO metadata, the title, the alternative text, the cover image, the description, obviously the image more for social sharing. Okay, so that's how blogs work inside HighLevel. Remember, you have the QR code on screen if you want to sign up to a 50% off for your first 3 months to HighLevel during the month of June. Otherwise, you can actually sign up to a 30-day free trial using my link. You can also access the link in the description below. Now, my favorite part of HighLevel, because I've enjoyed so much setting up customers with this, calendars. And it confuses a lot of people. HighLevel has 3 calendar systems, and they are not interchangeable, okay? First of all, you have meetings. When will you use meetings? When you have virtual communication, or it could be local communication and calls. But you don't need, it's not a service, it's not a rental, okay? If it's virtual or maybe it's offline, but it's not a specific service, you will always use meetings. The 5 types are personal booking, I mean one-on-one with you if you need a meeting. Round robin, if you have, for example, a full sales team and you want, when every time someone books, it's rotated across your own staff. A class booking, when you have a webinar, when you have a conference, so it's one host and multiple attendees. Then you have the collective booking, where you have multiple hosts and only one attendee. Maybe it's an interview to hire someone. Or the event calendars, when it's a fixed date with no assigned host. So this is useful for calls, for virtual sessions, for webinars, for panels. If we're inside HighLevel, basically, you will see the meetings when you go inside calendars on the left panel. You click calendars, then calendar settings, and you will see everything here, okay? So you can see this is an example for a psychology clinic I set up. And if we go to their website, which I completely built on HighLevel's Classic Builder, you will see that when someone clicks on schedule an appointment, they have 2 options. They could either book a virtual appointment or they can book a full in-person appointments. Virtual appointments connect when people book them, then they get the Zoom link immediately, or it could be a Google Meet. So every single staff member or specialist here has their own schedule and connected Zoom or Google Meet. So the customer or the patient receives the link immediately. You can see if I click on one of them, I can see the full schedule. I would just have to click on the time, and I can even have a form inside to actually ask questions to my patients. If I'm inside HighLevel here and I find exactly this one that we just showed, I'm going to click on edits, and you can see I can add a logo, the name, how this meeting invite will come in through Google when they receive an invitation, about the staff and location, her availability. I can add a form, I can add payments, notifications. I really enjoy the native notifications for every single calendar, but you can also use workflows if you need more advanced. For example, for their in-person scheduling appointments, what we have done for them is 24 hours before, we have a full workflow where if you have booked an appointment for today, yesterday you would have received a reminder, and it says, please reply yes or no if you will attend. If the person says yes, automatically the workflow will confirm this appointment. If the person says no, it will cancel and notify her team to follow up. Okay, so just so you understand how workflows work in HighLevel, it has very advanced automations and I love them. I can't explain. So how does the service, because this one now, the in-person should only work as service calendars, okay? These are in-person operations. Each staff member has their own profile, their own photo, their own bio, their own availability, and per service pricing. So you can collect payments at booking if you want. You can have a full booking page where all your services are there. As you can see on this one, we have other services, and they can order based on name or pricing or the specific category. How does this look behind scenes? Let me start closing tabs. These are the services. You can see all the services are right here. So for example, we have every single service with their pricing inside. Let's try to edit one so you can see how it works. This clinic has 17 specialists. So we've been working together for 4 months now. And it's been like one of my favorite projects I've set up, because since they had so many specialists, I was wondering, like, will this work? And HighLevel has made it work perfectly. Like, this client had no like automations, said they had no websites, a lot of people writing to through WhatsApp, and their team members, when I got to know them in person, they had 5 different agendas, and every time they would be manually like managing the schedule. Okay. So now it's all automated. And with their website, people book or through WhatsApp with their AI bots, which I'll show you further on if you want. But here's one specific service. It's a family consultation. We define which staff member will attend this. We can have add-ons. We define the resources. So you can see here, you have services, every specific service with their pricing. Then you have all your staff. Then you have every single resources. Resources are like the rooms inside the clinic. Add-ons for evaluations, for example, we use them a lot. And then if you have more than one location, you can define this. And you have global settings that apply to your full service booking. So you can customize your booking page, define a form when they're booking, choose payment settings, the service settings, global configuration, and then some additional settings like adding your face pixel ID, defining your time zone, and so on and so forth. Okay. And finally, last but not least, and new, this is beta. I want to make sure I say it's beta because one of my clients canceled her booking page to join full HighLevel for the rentals, but we've had some issues and it's taken too long to be updated. Okay. So rentals is more for asset inventory, where each unit is its own inventory item. Okay. So you have multi-layer pricing with a base rate, then you can have seasonal pricing or day of the week or hourly or duration based. Basically, you can have a security deposit built in. And this is for example, if you want to rent equipments, vehicles, vacation properties, or events, you can use rentals for this. And this is an example of my client that was trying this, and she created one of her. Let me show you how the look and feel, okay, of how it looked inside. She was renting this camper van, and you would be able to see the images, the description, the start date, the end date, and the quantity that you need per day, okay? Oh, max 1 day they had for this one, okay? So let's say I clicked add to chart or continue to checkout and so on. So you can see inside, basically, if I click on edit, you have the listings images, the name, the description, the category, the pricing, and then you can add seasonal pricing, day of the week, duration discounts, bookings, and your calendar sync. Okay, you would have a full booking page where people will be able to choose basically which property or car or anything rental that you will be creating inside. And basically, that's it for the calendars inside HighLevel. I really hope now you understood the difference between them. Okay. Let's see what else we have inside sites, some additional models inside the sites section. One of them is QR codes. So for example, if you want to generate and track a QR code for a physical campaign, you can have a log of every single scan. So this is an example inside. And if I click on create QR code, I can create a QR code that sends people to a website, to a review link, to a call, SMS, email, payments, WhatsApp, funnels, forms, surveys, quizzes, profile, V card, business card. It's limitless. And you just have to choose, for example, if it's a website, where you're sending them to, and it's going to give you the full QR code. You can change the symbol inside. For example, if I use this one, it's basically to scan a QR code to open the WhatsApp message to my team. So basically, that's QR codes. We also have the client's portal. If you click here on client portal, Basically, it works for different areas inside HighLevel. Here, the sites, you can see the full portal, but I use it mostly for memberships. We will see this further on. But the client portal is a branded portal where clients see the appointments they have, the invoices, the courses, and the contracts in one place. For example, the client portal for SoluSync, my brand and my own SaaS is portal.solosync. It takes everyone to a community, but if we actually check this in an incognito window, you'll be able to see, wait, the full login image, and you can customize this look and feel. You'll be able to customize the colors or that background image, your logo, and your brand's name inside. We also have some WordPress hosting. If you want to manage WordPress inside the same ecosystem, you can cancel your external hosting, and now inside HighLevel, you have WordPress here. I don't know why you would keep WordPress. I think it's very vulnerable as of now. Like, I have many clients getting spam attacks or malware inside. So I don't think you need this. HighLevel has everything you need. But if you still want to, because of SEO, keep your WordPress sites, then you can completely activate this. It has an extra investment, I think about $10 or $15 per month, and then you would move your hosting inside HighLevel, okay? And we also have live chats. So you can create a web chat for your website inside HighLevel. And I just opened here an example. It's inside the site's model as well, where inside my website, you can see that people can chat via SMS, email, live chat, WhatsApp, voice chats, Facebook, or Instagram with my brand directly from the web chats on the web, okay? And now let's talk about managing clients. Once you capture a lead, you need to manage them. So you have a full CRM, pipelines, payments, and contracts. Let's talk first of the CRM. Every person who enters the system becomes a contact with standard fields plus unlimited custom fields. So anything you need to know about this client, you can build a custom field for this. It could be any interest, the client type, their interest, their birthday. Everything is inside. You can tag your clients with tags that allow you to segment them. You can also have smart lists to make sure that you can view, for example, the specific students from one specific course or service, okay? You have global custom values to reuse the data across the whole system. So if I create a WhatsApp template that says the contact's first name, when I send it out, it will always update the information, okay? And inside every single contact, you can see, for example, all the activity that they've done inside your website. If they have any custom object or association, for example, inside your opportunities, if they have multiple opportunities, maybe they've attended different services. If you've added tasks to your team, for example, this task was done today, but this happened already, so I'm going to delete. That was an automation, for example. But you can assign tasks to your team to follow up. We have notes inside of what has happened. Like, you can have workflows that add information to your notes. You can see all the appointments this client has had with you, or you can actually schedule an appointment. It could be a rental, it could be a service, or it could be a virtual meeting right from their contacts. You can see past proposals or documents you've sent or received, every single payment you've received from this client, and the agent logs if your AI agent actually chatted with this client at any specific moment, okay? Custom objects. I think most people don't know this exists, okay? It lets you create data structures beyond the contact, and most people are not using this inside HighLevel. So basically, custom objects allow the system to adapt to you. For example, a vet clinic, the pet owner is the contact, but each pet is a custom object with its own medical history, vaccines, reminders, or next visit. Or maybe it's real estate. So the custom objects will be each property. And inside the property, you will know their pricing, their location, the photos, the status. The same, and the example I use is for a school where the parents becomes the contact, but the students, you only want to know this information, okay? So you basically adapt the system to your business and not the other way around. For this example, I wanted to show you that here I have a custom object of some children, right? So these children, I don't want them to be contacts. That's why I created a full custom object for my clients. If I go inside settings and click on objects, I have a custom object for children, okay? So now, every time I'm inside a contact, for example, this is my own contact in this business, you can now go inside associations and you will see the custom objects there. So for example, in my case, I have two children. All the information of both of my children are inside for them, but not as a contact, but as the child of this parent who actually has the communication with the business, okay? And you can define all the fields that you would need inside a form from one specific custom object, okay? So that's custom objects, and I really hope you start using it because I know not many people know it exists. Pipelines or opportunities. I love pipelines. They are like a full sales funnel visualized as a Kanban board. You define all the stages and you can move opportunities manually or automatically via workflows. Each opportunity has a monetary value, a source, a status, an assigned team member, estimated close dates, and notes. So every card here is a conversation, and every conversation is a potential sale. I wanted to show you an example that we worked for the client that sells hygiene products, where basically, how did we automate this business? This client arrived to me saying, hey, I received too many messages through WhatsApp. What can I do so that I can organize my team and make more money? So what we did was we built her full HighLevel account, not only the store you saw before, but inside the opportunities, this pipeline, what does it do? Every single person that messages this business through Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, WhatsApp, live chats on their website becomes a lead inside, okay? After we receive this lead, if the client message that it's interested in purchasing, the bot knows it has to move the person as an interested client, okay? If they say what they want to purchase, it moves itself to order captured. However, the pricing that they have, it wasn't that easy to automate that the bot replies the exact price. So what we did is at a level where when the bot knows, they already know what the client wants to order. Now it becomes waiting for a quote stage where the team has to check the information. They receive a message. Look, it says quotes pending. They receive a message and the team member has to check the conversation, make sure they know what this client wanted to purchase, and then send the full total amounts they have to pay. So there is a manual stage of sending the total amount to pay. After they sent this client now has Stripe and now has a store, but initially she would only take bank transfers. So that's why it says waiting for the receipt of the transfer. When they received the bank transfer, the owner had to confirm that she got the bank transfer. When confirmed by the business owner, automatically it goes to the delivery guy. So he has the app, since he doesn't use a desktop computer, he's always on the move. He has the Lead Connector app, and he receives a task for every single order that he has to to deliver to a client. If it's early in the morning, it says on the road today. If the order came in the afternoon, it goes for tomorrow. When he manually completes this task, it moves from delivered to after sales follow-up. That means that in about 3 days after the person purchases, they receive an automatic message on WhatsApp, hey, how's the product going, and so on and so forth. Every 25 days, this client considers that her clients should repurchase. So 25 days after, the clients move to buy back, they receive a message to purchase again. If they do not repurchase, we move them to lost or do not repurchase, okay? So basically that's how pipelines work. This is a very long pipeline. It's completely automated. And I wanted to show this example because I think it was amazing the way we were able to automate her current flow from completely manually and too many messages to a full system in place to sell more and make more money online. Okay? So that's basically how opportunities work. Every single lead comes inside a pipeline and you can organize all the information. Let's talk about selling physical and digital products, recurring subscriptions with free trials, for example, product variants, price tiers, discounts, coupons. Inside HighLevel, if you go to the payments area, you will see products, and every single product that you will sell, it could be a digital product or a physical product, like the same example for this hygiene products. You can see every single product is created inside the system. Without this, we can't have her online store. We have a description, we have the images, the pricing, the SEO information, and that's how this information shows on her website as well. But you can definitely check all orders. If you have subscriptions, you will be able to see subscriptions. You can create payment links. You can see all your single transactions inside. You can create discounts, coupons, gift cards, and for payments integrations, you also have Stripe, PayPal, Authorized Nets, Animi, Square, and so many other options. For the Latin market, there's also Mercado Pago now available because it's highly used in Latin America. Okay? From the Lead Connector mobile app, you can also have with a Stripe terminal in-person payments. And you can even use the NFC to receive a payment. I love this module inside the payments where you can see up here it says invoice and estimates and documents and contracts. So you don't need an external app to do invoices, estimates, or documents and contracts. This is the hidden gem where no DocuSign will be needed anymore, no PandaDoc, everything is inside HighLevel. You create proposals and contract templates. You can personalize all the merge fields, the client's name, their amount, their services, and send it to the client. Your client signs digitally with one click. It's stored in your CRM, it's linked to the contact, and the system notifies you when the document is opened and when it's signed. So an invoice is auto-generated upon signature. An automated follow-up if 24 hours pass with no action can be set up with a workflow. So for example, I use this to send online proposals. I want to show you this one, for example. I customize the background for my proposals, the titles, but then all the information, depending on the client I chose, will be completely updated here. So you can see the full information, and then inside we add the pricing. In this case, I just put it within text, but you can create a full pricing table where when they accept, the invoice is auto-generated for them. Okay, so I highly suggest using documents and contracts inside HighLevel. And even if we've mentioned some automations before, let's talk about automation. This is where the system starts working for you and where workflows come in. So there are two modes of workflow, standard builder and advanced builder. Most people use the standard builder, so I'll show examples with that one. But you have triggers, then you have actions, you have waits, and if or else conditions. Inside your advanced builder, it's more like the visual drag and drop and parallel branches and paths. However, what can you do with a trigger? What triggers a workflow? It could be that you created a contact or that a contact was auto-created, that you received a payment, that an email was opened or clicked, that someone submitted a form, that a tag was added, that a pipeline state changed, the appointment status for a service, a virtual meeting, or a rental state changed, payment was received, an email was opened, an SMS replied was received, an inbound WhatsApp, the birthday for your clients can trigger a workflow, an AI bot event, for example, and much more. There's hundreds of pre-built templates that you can use, and that's why I want to show you here. If I click on create a workflow, select from a template, you have so many options that are already pre-built for you. For example, Instagram. If you want an Instagram comment automation, this completely replaces ManyChat. You can preview here, and it will build the full workflow, and you just have to customize it to your business. You would choose on which post or on which accounts people can comment. For example, promo, the public reply that you want to give to that comment, and then the DM message that they would receive. You can see that you have here Instagram comments to Asana, Facebook comments, Instagram comments, Facebook comments, and workflows. Maybe you want to send an email or an SMS when your client's birthday is up. So you can see this full workflow where if the customer's birthday is today, for example, send an SMS. If they reply, then send them a discount. Okay? So it's very interesting, all the automations you have inside. Otherwise, you just have to make sure that you open a full builder, and you can even use AI to build. Let's say, for example, in this case, that I want to show you this webinar workflow, for example. Let me show you some reminders for a webinar. So here we had, if the form was submitted for people to opt into a webinar, we set the webinar start time via custom value, added a tag so that this contact has a tag that they registered to this webinar. If they were an existing customer, you can see there was a different path, or if they were new, there was a different path as well for the tags. Then we added here some other workflows. Okay, they received an email, confirmation email, then a wait of 72 hours. It came in the reminder via email, another wait, another email, another wait, another email until we reached 1 hour before confirm your spot. Okay, so this is an example where you can basically trigger so many actions. You can choose from so many different triggers, or you can trigger so many different actions inside HighLevel. Here you can change to advanced builder, where you can see the same thing happens, but the look and feel is a bit different. And you have parallel branches here if you need. Okay, so let's go back, and that's how workflows work inside. Okay. A recent workflow I also built, and this is interesting for reputation, which we will talk in a moment, is when an opportunity is marked as showed, for example, for the psychology clinic. Let's say a patient booked an appointment and they came in, so manually the staff marks them as showed. One day after, we will ask on a scale of 1 to 5, how was your experience via WhatsApp or SMS? If they reply 1, 2, or 3, we will notify the team member to follow up by phone. If they reply 4 or 5, 2 days after, we will ask them to leave a feedback on our Google review. Another case study that I wanted to show you here is the Okawa Instagram account, where if we open, for example, any post, this client told me one day, I have an issue where too many people ask me which are our points of sale. So they don't actually, it's a business to business company, not business to consumer, but consumers write to the Instagram accounts, where can I purchase this, and which in every city in the Dominican Republic. So what we did was use HighLevel to automate that. Depending on which city they mentioned, they will automatically receive a reply on, hey, thank you for your interest, check your DM. So if I find my DM with this company specifically, you will see that I receive the reply of every single supermarket that sells this in the specific city I mentioned. So I just wanted to show you an example of how the automations work. Okay. AI employee inside HighLevel is basically your virtual team member. So you have Reviews AI. What does Review AI does? It auto-responds Google and Facebook reviews in your brand voice, immediate or pending your approval. If we're inside reputation, you will see that inside the request, for example, inside the reviews, for example, in my own business, you can see that depending on when the person wrote, about 30 minutes after, my agent, Review AI agent, replies in the same language and based on the context that the person wrote. Okay, so that's your Reviews AI. You also have the Contents AI, which write blogs, emails, blog posts and emails in your brand voice, and even content. You review, you approve before publishing, your style, your voice, and you have AI speed. You can build websites, you can build funnels with AI inside HighLevel. It will analyze your funnel and identify your conversion drop. You can ask even for the workflow AI builder from a plain text description what you want to automate, and it will build the full workflow for you. Okay? Now, let's talk about how the business grows. Okay? Starting with a full campaign suite for email marketing. You can set individual campaigns, you can set automated sequences, broadcast, A/B testing on subject lines, on your content, hundreds of pre-made templates by niche and formats, AI that writes your copy in your brand voice, automatic domain warm-up, and full reporting, where you can see the open rate, the click rate, the revenue attributed per campaign. So if I'm here inside marketing and I click on emails, you will see that when I click on create a campaign, I have so many templates to choose from. Oh, wait, it's choosing my own templates. Let's try to create from a new email marketing templates. Here you can see. So there's many templates. If you're looking, for example, to send an email related to a marketing agency, there are templates pre-made for you. Otherwise, you can click on create from blank, and it will give you the option of using the visual drag and drop editor, an HTML code where maybe you can want to ask Claude or ChatGPT, so please build this for me, and give me the HTML code, or a plain text editor as well. Okay, so that's the email marketing side of HighLevel. We also have SMS marketing, where you can choose the contacts and send a mass automated SMS campaign with personalized merge tags. Usually if you have A2P, so you have high open rates, the A2P approval is required for US campaigns, and you can purchase local numbers based on the countries. Okay, the social planner allows you to post to Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn, TikTok, Pinterest, Google Business, and YouTube. So if we click here on social planner, you will see that in my case, for my brand, I have connected all those different channels. If we click on settings, we can add a new channel, okay? And we can also connect our communities to posts inside the community, okay? If we go back, you can also see all the content that you have pending for approval, pending review, recurring content. For example, I have a review post that every time I get a review on Sunday, it basically shares that review with an image on all my socials. So that's something you can do every time you receive a review, okay? And if you want to post, then you click on new post, create a new post, and you can choose on which social channel you'll be sharing the content. And then add your post here, add your video, your file, your images, or just allow AI to completely create the content. It could be a visual image or the copy for this. Depending on the channel, it will ask you all the options that you have. For example, Instagram, is it a feed? Is it a reel? Is it a story? And you can even invite collaborators, okay? So that's the social planner. And they also have social listening, where you can see all social trends worldwide, and they're working on it for a long time. However, further on, the plan is that you can actually see your own brand inside the social listening as well. Okay, so that was the social planner. You can define your brand's voice for the AI, and all your reviews can be completely automated and published on your Instagram accounts. Let's talk about the Ads Manager. The Ads Manager allows you to connect and launch Meta ads without opening Meta ads. You know that as of today, Meta ads has so many AI inside that it drives people crazy, turning off every single thing. So the Ads Manager inside HighLevel keeps things simple. You will choose an objective, you will define an audience, a budget, and publish. All leads go straight into your CRM. So I'm here inside the Ad Manager, and you can see an example of a campaign here where we have the full campaign objective, sales, then we have the audience and the budgets, just as it works inside the Ads Manager, but with less AI inside, and every creative There you add your URL, the destination URL, your copy, your headline, your select your button, and publish. And all of your leads are connected to the CRM. If you decide to use Meta ads as well, you will be able to add the leads inside the CRM. We also have the affiliate manager. Let's say you want to build your own affiliate program with unique tracking links per affiliate, configurable commissions, automatic tracking, an affiliate dashboard for them, and automated payments. You would go inside HighLevel to a marketing affiliate program. And this is where you decide each campaign, each affiliate, each commission that you will share with them, and set all your settings inside. Okay? That's the ads manager. We also have the brand board, where you can centralize your brand's colors, fonts, logo, voice, and messaging pillars. Every AI in the system uses the brand board when generating content. So for agencies, each client sub-account should have their own brand board. If we open here my own brand board, you can see I have my logos, I have my colors defined, I have my typography set up. So it's very easy for when I'm creating a website, a landing page, that I can quickly choose my colors. And here's the brand voice. So it asks you your name, your business, the location, the tone of voice, the target audience, your customers' pain points, all the information it needs to actually help you build with AI inside the system. And reputation. If your business isn't on Google, we have a problem, and we're going to fix it today. Okay, so the reputation model have 6 submodels inside. Let's go to reputation for you to see that here it says overview, request, review, video testimonials, widgets, listings, Google Business Profile optimization, and settings. Reviews allow you to manage and all your Google and Facebook reviews with AI auto response. So if I click on reviews, you will see all the reviews I've received, and they have an automated AI reply. If you don't want to use AI, you can definitely reply inside after you've connected your Google Business Profile. You also have the requests. So you can send review requests via SMS, via email, or WhatsApp, manually or automated after every client's interaction. So if I go to request and I click here on send a review request, I just have to choose the client, and they will receive, depending on the mode, it could be email, SMS, or WhatsApp, the email request. Video testimonials, and this is new and it's amazing. With video testimonials, you can request your client to record a video to answer specific questions that you store and download as reels or testimonials. If I click on video testimonial here, I can create a collector, and this collector will have specific questions. So you have a welcome page, questions page. For example, tell us about your experience, would you recommend us? And for every questions you add, the clients will be able to upload a reply. If you see here, I have some responses for our recent clients that I asked to try this video testimonial out. Okay. We also have widgets. What do the widgets do? They enable live Google reviews on your website. So if you click on widgets here, you can create different widgets. If we go to my website, for my own SaaS, you can see all my reviews are automatically updated here based on my widgets. So I don't have to go inside my website to update because it's all right there. Okay. We also have Google Business Profile optimization, and I really like this feature because it scores your Google Business Profile from 1 to 16, tells you exactly what's missing. Maybe it's a service without a pricing, photos without alternative text, missing recent posts, fix it, and rise in local map results. Let's click here on Google Business Profile optimization, and you will see when I started, I was at 14 out of 16, and now it's 16 out of 16. So you can come in and update completely everything inside so that you can improve your local SEO. You also have the listings, and this it's like an add-on service, so it's extra cost, but you can sync to more than 50 directories like Yelp, Bing, Apple Maps, Foursquare with one update. And this only works for US businesses. So that's what you do inside listings, for example. And back to settings, here's where you set up your AI employee that will reply to all your reviews. And basically you can set other settings for this, okay? Now, Let's talk about tools to educate your audience and build a paid or free community around your brand. This is where you can replace Kajabi or Teachable, for example. The direct replacement of Kajabi and Teachable is unlimited models, lessons, courses, products. There's no cap on products or students. Kajabi has caps on their basic tier 4 or 5 products, I think it is. And you can drip content, quizzes, certificates upon completion, custom domain for your student portal, integrated payments, free trials, recurring memberships, and Kajabi in their minimum plan with product limits is now $179. The minimum pricing inside HighLevel is $97 per month with no product cap or student cap. Okay, this is already included in your HighLevel subscription. Let's see how it looks inside. When you click on membership, you are inside the educational model, right? So first you have your portal. We've already talked about the client portal. It's the same for anything. So don't use, for example, courses.yourbrand.com. I use portal because it works for invoices, appointments, contracts, and courses as well. So when we're inside, this is how all the courses looks. And so, for example, this was a masterclass where I taught a group of people live how to create their own websites with AI Studio. And you can see inside, if I preview, how's the look and feel of each lesson for my students. So I'm inside and I can click here and view every single lesson. There are different templates for every single section that you can use. You can add descriptions, links, HTML contents in general, and there can have some comments inside as well. Okay. Now, I want to show you that you can also add live sessions to go live inside without Zoom inside your courses on HighLevel. You can customize the settings, customize the look and feel, and you can reply to all single comments in one place. We also have a model to replace Skool communities. It's completely built in. You have a post feed, you have events with RSVP, a leaderboard with gamification, integrated courses, native live streams without Zoom, and the mobile app for your members. Skool only costs $99 per month just for the community. And this is already included in a subscription with everything else that you have inside HighLevel. So this is an example of a community group that I have, Digital Success Club. You can see inside that we have the learning section. All my courses are there. The event section, for example, where people RSVP, we do 3 calls per week. The full leaderboard, depending on how much they interact, where you can see all your members and the about page. It's just like Skool. It looks like Skool as well. And you, finally, but not least, with education, you have credentials. So basically, if a student completes a course or reaches a community level, you can auto issue a certificate for them with their name, with a signature, and they can even share this on LinkedIn. So here you would go to credentials and you can see some templates. If you click on create for certificates, there are multiple templates that you can start from and customize with merge fields to add the name and so on and so forth. And you can also create badges for when they reach specific levels or lessons. And look how pretty they look. And you can completely customize all these badges inside HighLevel. Everything you've seen on a dashboard in your pocket. Okay, so I want to show you the dashboard. You have a configurable dashboard. Agencies are the one that can customize the dashboard, but there's more than 30 widgets where you can see the new contacts, opportunities by stage, monthly revenue, workflow conversion rates, attribution by source, campaign performance, for example, your team performance. It's fully customizable per business. I have an example here of a psychology clinic where you can see that we can customize their dashboard for them to see how many services or appointments they've had this month, new contacts, which service is bringing in more people, which specialist is having more appointments, for example. So basically, you can completely customize the dashboard with different widgets. You would click on Edit Dashboard, and you can add multiple elements or widgets depending on what you're looking for. I also want to show you that you have the Lead Connector app. So how does this work? If I'm inside my HighLevel dashboard, I would click on the left side where it says mobile app. And you have the lead connector links for Android or iPhone or iOS. So this is the app where your clients will be able to manage their full business from an app. The only thing that you won't see there are, for example, the websites. But if you want to call a contact, message a contact, or create an appointment, you will use the Lead Connector app for this. Okay? And if your vision is to build an agency or sell the system as SaaS, I have experience in less than 1 year. I've made more than 100,000 with my own SaaS. So I want to show you a bit about agencies because you can become, for example, my client through my own SaaS. HighLevel doesn't provide support or onboarding. It's my team who does it. We're amazing at it anyways. But just so you understand that if you decide to become an agency to scale, then you have to provide your own support and your own onboarding calls. What are some of the benefits of becoming SaaS? You have sub accounts, one account per client. You can see here I'm in my agency view, and you have some sub accounts inside. These are my active sub accounts, for example, and they're all managed from a master dashboard. The client only sees their own account, not your other clients. So you can see everything from above. You also have snapshots. What are snapshots? Where you can build something, workflows, websites, pipelines, forms, calendars, build a full snapshot for a specific niche, and you can import it to a new sub account with one click. So it's ready in minutes. When you're on SaaS mode, you basically sell the platform under your own brand, your own price, your own domain. You own the relationship with the client, the billing, the margin, the support, the onboarding. So the difference between what you pay and what you charge is your recurring income. Okay? You can also, as I'm inviting you to subscribe to HighLevel through my affiliate link, you can do the same after you've already subscribed and you want to refer clients without running an agency, then you can also gain a commission. And if you become an affiliate under me, I can even share my own assets with your clients. So just let me know. And when you become my own affiliate, I will help you be onboarded and show you around what works for me. And if you go on an annual plan, my team will have a bonus implementation for you. Okay? So you're basically earning a recurring commission for as long as you're a referral every month passively. Okay? Wow. We've seen a lot today. So many amazing features for businesses. They could be local or digital businesses. One platform, one subscription where you have communication, lead capture, sales, automations, marketing, reputation, education, reporting, and agency mode to make more money with your clients. Okay? Everything we just walked is inside HighLevel. All right? You just saw all models with more than 25 features with only one subscription. What's the big difference where you decide to sign up today? You can go monthly, where you have a flexible start, and only today and during the month of June until this Sunday, you can sign up with a 50% off for the first 3 months. That's what I did back in July 2025, and I've scaled during this full year. Well, I haven't done HighLevel for a full year yet, and there's so much I've done. You saw the kind of clients I've worked with and the setups that I've been doing. So if you decide to go on the monthly plan, we will onboard you one-on-one. You'll receive our snapshots. We will provide the tutorials you need for you to be set up. You have access to tutorials, some snapshots, and you can cancel anytime if you decide. But go ahead. Like I started with a 50% off. I didn't even know how to use HighLevel, but I committed myself because I had to grow and I want to help other businesses to grow as well. If you choose the annual plan, you don't not only have the 50% off, but you will also receive from my team, if you're not watching this, when there's a 50 off, there's a 30-day free trial. But when you sign up and start paying on your annual plan, my team will build for you a prompt-based bot, one calendar form set up for you, one landing page live and ready. My team will do the full setup for you. Okay? And we will definitely provide all the assets we have for you to start making money on HighLevel. So the June 2026 promo is a 50% off, where the starter plan is $48.50 per month. Unlimited, that gives you unlimited sub accounts, is $148.50. But I highly recommend you sign up at SaaS mode and try it. And then if you have to lower your plan, go ahead. But in my case, I went all in on SaaS mode. I had no idea what HighLevel really was inside. And it's been amazing what I've accomplished this year with the clients and how much I've enjoyed doing all these setups. And I know you can do it as well, because I will guide you to get there. Okay. Remember, if you sign up to an annual plan, my team will help you build a one prompts-based conversation AI chatbot for your business, a one booking calendar, depending on which one you need, meetings, time, type, rental, or service, a lead form, and a landing page in Sites, live and functional for you. My solution team will do the setup. If you prefer signing up through our SaaS, I will also leave the link in the description below. The only difference is that when you're an agency, you have complete control of if you want to sell it to someone else or create other sub accounts or whatever you want to do in the back end. Okay. This includes only one round of revisions per deliverable. No ongoing support included, besides the live calls that we provide, group calls for our clients or affiliates inside. Any additional out of scope that you need will be billed separately in this case. So if you're ready to get started, go to the specific link in the description below, solucing.com/GHL, or scan the QR code on screen. If you sign up for the annual plan, message us right after and we'll get your implementation scheduled. If you sign up for the monthly plan, message me directly. I will also receive a notification and I will email you to give you your one-on-one onboarding call, a tech call also if you need, and assets like snapshots and tutorials for you. Okay, so thank you so much for watching. If this gave you a clear picture of what HighLevel can do for your business, the link is solucing.com/GHL. 50% off for 3 months or a 30-day free trial. If you have questions before you sign up, comment below, reach out to Solucing, and we'll help you figure out the right plan for you. I'll see you in the next one.